Hello everyone and welcome back to another an amazing chess game from the history of chess. And in this chess game I like to show you one of the chess games of Akiba Rubinstein, one of the greatest chess players ever who never became the world chess champion. His opponent was Richard Teichmann in this chess game, and this game happened in 1908 in Vienna. We know that Akiba Rubinstein was indeed one of the greatest, but unfortunately because of his severe, serious mental illness, he never became the world chess champion. That actually prevented that. He was mentally unstable and his mental condition, his mental illness was extreme. So I'm going to tell you one story. After playing a move, they say Akiba Rubinstein, because of his fear of humans, he was hiding somewhere in the tournament hall while waiting his opponent's reply. So that's extreme, that's very bad, of course. Especially in his later life, his mental health condition became even worse. But besides that, he was an incredible chess player, an incredible talent. So I'm only going to show you one of his chess games, and later maybe we will check out some other chess games by Akiba Rubinstein. So he starts the game with d4, d5, c4, queen's gambit, declined, knight out, bishop to g5, knight from b to d7, e3, bishop to e7, knight to f3, and black castled, queen to c2, b6, c takes on d5. Well, actually Rubinstein is planning to castle from the queen side and then pawn storm in the king side. So that is the plan. E takes on d5, bishop to d3, developing the bishop and finally castling from the queen side. c5, immediately charging at the center. And h4, c4, pushing the pawn, attacking the bishop, defending the only safe spot. Rook to e8, and bishop takes on f6, giving up the bishop, knight takes on f6, and then pushing the g-pawn, charging at the king side. Bishop to d6, charging again, storming in, his pawns are storming in. Pawn storm in the king side, knight to e4, but now h5 by Rubinstein. Queen to e7, well, in this position, what happens if knight takes on g5, then knight takes, queen takes, then bishop takes on h7, and also this is opening the g file, so white can also use the open g file, and this is looking mega dangerous for black. So queen to e7, and then rook from d to g1, a6, and here comes the brilliancy of Akiba Rubinstein. Well, he sacrificed the bishop. What a shot. Well, the sacrifice is accepted, otherwise black is simply a pawn down. And there is no compensation, so king takes on h7. And then pushing the g-pawn, king to g8. And Rubinstein sacrificed the bishop, but now his pawns are marching in. Knight takes on e4, d takes on e4. And we have h6. Well, in this position, also, if queen takes on e4, then g takes on f7, king to f8. Of course, if capturing the pawn with the king, then knight to g5 check, forking the king and the queen. So king to f8 and capturing the rook, and this is actually losing. So again, if in this position, if capturing the pawn, then knight to g5, forking the king and the queen. Okay, so you can see that Rubinstein has a monster attack. Knight takes on e4, d takes on e4, and then pushing the h-pawn, h6. Keep moving forward and sacrificing the knight as well. So Teichmann pushed the pawn, not accepting the sacrifice. Actually, if capturing the knight in this position, that's all over for black because of g takes on f7. So how do you recapture in this position? If king takes, then queen check, king to g8, and then capturing the pawn, and basically there is no defense against rook to h8, check, mate. There is no sensible defense. And if queen takes, then capturing the pawn, and how to defend? Queen to h7 or rook to h8, checkmate. So this is also losing. If capturing the pawn with the queen, queen check is a possibility because this queen is pinned, I believe, if I'm not missing anything, if I'm not missing something. So, okay. This is by not accepting the second piece sacrifice. The third piece sacrifice, actually. So, h takes on g7 by Rubinstein, and simply capturing the knight. Accepting, the second piece sacrifice. So, you can see that white is 2 pieces down. And black has 2 bishops, Rubinstein has 2 rooks. Black also has his rooks. So, materially white is losing, but white has the attack. You can see that the king is looking extremely unsafe, the file is open, and white is attacking. How to defend? We have rook to h8, basically there is no defense. King takes on g7, rook check, and then not capturing the queen but improving the position. c3, well, Rubinstein changed it, he changed his mind, and he simply captured the queen, and finally black resigned. In this position, if queen takes on h7, capturing the queen, double check, pushing the pawn, and this is losing for black. And in this position, after queen to f5, Rubinstein simply captured on e7 after pushing the pawn, and Teichmann resigned. A fantastic chess game by Akiba Rubinstein. The possible continuation, capturing the rook, rook to h1, and basically this is all over. You can take the pawn, but then capturing the pawn, and how to defend. So white is much better. Even though black has 3 minor pieces, black has the rook and 2 bishops for the queen, white has a monster attack. And in this position, there is no sensible defense. So this is also attacking the bishop, if blocking, if interposing with the rook. Okay, so this was the fantastic chess game by Akiba Rubinstein, one of the must-see chess games by this legendary chess player. But unfortunately, as I said, his mental state was very poor. He was mentally unstable. So you can read more about Akiba Rubinstein from his biography. Maybe you will see more information about this person. But besides that, he was extremely talented, a great chess player. They say he was probably the strongest chess player who never became the world chess champion. But that was also the era of Emmanuel Lescar. Also, there was World War I and the Second World War that also affected his chess play. Because he was a Jewish man who was living in a Nazi-occupied Poland, I believe. So that was also pretty dangerous. So he had a very difficult life. Anyway, so we can talk more about Akiba Rubinstein, and maybe we will check out more of his chess games in the future. So thank you very much again, and I hope to see you next time. So take care and bye-bye.